Hi, thank you for joining me for this review of this JJRC X8 GPS 5G Wi-Fi FPV brushless RC quadcopter drone with a 1080p HD camera, supplied courtesy of Banggood.com for review. It comes in this box, no carry handle, but it has points of interest, follow me, GPS and maps, as I mentioned 5G Wi-Fi, a 1080p camera that can be adjusted to 90 degrees, comes with 1806 1500 kV brushless motors, modular battery, and also has Waypoint flight navigation. So let me just get it out of the box. So it comes with this nice little quick start guide, which also has the functions of the radio control transmitter on, and this nice glossy instruction manual, good illustrations, good English, giving you all the details needed, starting up, calibrating, compass calibration, gyro calibration, locking, unlocking, flight modes, etc. And if I open here, this is the JJRC X8. So if any of you are familiar with a Bugs 2, this is similar in shape to a Bugs 2 quadcopter drone, got a flexible plastic frame, but it is a good style and a good shape and a good design. And then this comes with 1, 2 or 3 batteries, so when you order it you can choose how many batteries you'd like. And if you get one with 2 or 3 batteries, you also get a carry bag. And here's a picture of the carry bag. So while we have the battery out, it's a 7.4 volt 1800 mAh 25C battery, which should be good for a flying time of 16 to 18 minutes. And it can take 5 hours to charge up if you don't use a hobby grade charger, but you can use a hobby grade charger with an XT30 if you have an XT30 cable or adapter, and you can plug it in and plug the balance plug in and charge it up with a hobby grade charger too. And then this slides in and goes there. I won't press it in right now because we have to press it. Once you press it in, it powers up. Now here are brushless motors. Props are fairly flexible, but have a good pitch on them, and these props should perform well if the Bugs 2 is anything to go by. And in front here it says this camera is adjustable, but this does not look adjustable to me. Do we have an SD card slot for this? Yes, we've got an SD card slot here, so put in your own SD card to record directly onto an SD card. This also has 8 amp ESCs, and the camera is a 8MP 1080p 110 degree CMOS camera and records FPV at 720p at 25 frames per second. The maximum speed of this is about 30 kilometers per hour. It also has altitude hold, a 6-axis gyro. If we do press this on and power it up, Got bright LED lights. Also has hopeless headless mode. And a lock to lock the battery into position and to unlock it as well. So let me just take it off for now. Little rubber feet for landing. On. A nice looking craft in this black with the bug style eyes on it. Then we also get a stand for the radio controller to put your mobile device on to fly FPV and use the app. And this is the battery charger. So plug into a USB 2 source. Plug into a micro USB on the battery if you're going to use this charger. Power light come on and it'll flash when charging and go solid when it's finished charging. You get a star Phillips screwdriver and a prop removal tool. And underneath here we get 4 spare propellers. Always good to have spare propellers. And this is the radio control transmitter. So it is a nice style and also has a nice feel to it. You need to supply your own 4AA battery, so you put in here and then this just locks and holds on securely there. These 2 buttons at the back don't do anything. And here are the functions for the radio controller again. So just pause if you want to have a closer look. And the app for this, for Android and for iOS, is JJRC X. So if I just power the drone on again, go to settings, go to Wi-Fi, we can see drone hyphen numbers and letters. Choose this to connect. Busy connecting. That is connected. We go back to the app called JJRC X. Click on go. Click on next. And click here. Okay, allow it to access location if you want, which is advisable. And yeah, we connected and we have got FPV. So here's return to home. So being a GPS drone, it's got a return to home button on the radio controller and also on the app. And if it goes out of range or the battery starts getting too low and it's above 100 meters and beyond 300 meters, it should return to home. There's a circle mode for points of interest. Follow me. And then one can go into the Waypoint Navigation over here. And we have a lot of useful, nice information and telemetry. You just tap on settings. You can set the maximum flight altitude, the maximum flight distance, and the maximum flight radius. So this has an FPV range of about 200 to 300 meters and a range of about 300 meters. But if this is anything like the Bugs 2, I've taken the Bugs 2 on a range test of up to 1.2 kilometers or 1,200 meters quite easily. The important thing is that because this is 5G, your mobile device must be compatible with 802.11 AC Wi-Fi compatibility. And if you are thinking of get this, the best thing to do is to download the app, particularly Android apps. There are issues with some 5G Android apps, and check to see if your phone is compatible with the app. I generally find that iPhones have no problem with the 5G apps. Okay, let me just power it off by removing the battery. And again, while I've got the battery out, let me just check and see what capacity this has come out in at. Let's use my battery checker. They come in at 33% of capacity, so it will need to be charged up. And it's always good to check and make sure your battery is charged up using a battery checker before you take it out to fly. So now I'm going to take it out and let's see how it performs. Okay, got the JJRC X8 all connected up to Wi-Fi and ready to go. Now the first thing we need to do is compass calibration. So after you switch it on and bind with the radio controller, the lights are flashing. And now I need to turn it 3 times horizontally on a flat surface anti-clockwise. Then vertically, camera facing down, anti-clockwise 3 times. Lights go solid. And that is the compass calibration complete. Then to do gyro calibration, we pull both sticks down into the left and release for gyro calibration. So unlock the motors, can press the button or pull both sticks down and inwards. So that's it unlocked. Let's start the clock. And a nice quick fast takeoff, holding nice and steady. So GPS is working well. Okay, I'm going to take a photo. Short press. I'll try another photo. Short press. Start video with a long press. And video should be recording, and on the app it looks as though video is recording. Let's take it up and see what the video is going to be like on this 1080p camera. There we are up there. Our telemetry looks at 16, got connected to 16 satellites. Do a slow pan here for video. Okay, looks good on the FPV screen here. Not much lag, or not any lag in fact. That looks good. Let's just take it around here. Maneuvers quickly and fast. Bring it down. Sounds very nice, very smooth. Let's bring it down here. Forward. Okay, so let me try the Waypoint Navigation. So we click on here. Oh, I need to zoom in. Here we are. Let me select the draw here. Go like that. And submit. Yes. And now it's going to go off. Turning. Next waypoint. Turning again. Turning again. There we are. Let's just be careful now. I'm going to land it. Let me just stop the clock. I was following the waypoints, but obviously didn't get it planned quite correctly here. Just had to force it to stop because I wasn't really quite sure what it was going to do. Just start it up again. Start the clock again and take off. Start video again. Okay, let's just see how the circle and point of interest mode is going to work here. I'm going to press that, go yes. Moving across. Oh, and it's starting to circle in the radius. Let it go around and see what it does when it completes one circle, whether we have to stop it or whether it stops itself automatically. Okay, so I should have kept myself. Okay, let's just press here. Okay, so that works quite nicely. Obviously, it'd just be better if you do it. Make sure it's more at a range further away. Okay, let's press here. Test to follow me. It's following me. Yes, following quite nicely. Turn around, come this way. Sorry, camera in the sun here. Go back towards it. And yes, the follow me seems to work well too. Bring it out of the sun here. It really moves nicely and maneuvers well. Okay, let's test the return to home. I'm going to take it down there. Really fast. There. Okay, now I'm going to press return to home. Alright, going to rise up. And without turning around, it's reversing and coming back. There it is overhead. Let's see how close it's going to land to where it took off. Still up there, waiting to descend. And now it's descending. Okay, so landed just over about a meter away of where it took off. Stop the clock, so we have been in the air 7 minutes 39 seconds. Just start it up again. Start the clock and take off again. And now let's see how much flying time we can get on this battery. Really looks nice, maneuvers very well, seems very stable. Look for lag in the Wi-Fi here. No, pretty good, smooth. No, it responds very well. Quite impressed with the Wi-Fi on this. Can't really notice any latency, to be honest. Okay, now I'm getting an alarm. Is it low battery? Okay, let's just see what it's going to do. We've been in the air 9 minutes. I'm going to bring it down a bit and closer. We've got red lights on, so it must be low battery. Okay, I'm just going to let it hover here and see what it's going to do when the battery does get too low. And we've been in the air 9 minutes 40 seconds. Okay, now nearly 13 minutes and it's starting to descend. And we're getting a longer alarm tone. Okay, I'm going to stop the clock. And that's it. 13 minutes flying time with recording video too. So a really nice stable flyer and flight. Looks very good, sounds very good, holds very well altitude wise and position wise with the altitude hold and GPS. You'll have seen now what the videos come out like on this 1080p camera. And just bear in mind the FPV footage is only in 720p. The follow me works well. The Waypoint Navigation seems to work well. Just have to get used to the parameters and the direction. The circle me works very well, or points of interest. Works fine and connects fine with the Android app, which is good for 5G. Didn't notice any Wi-Fi lag or latency, and didn't get 16 to 18 minutes flying time, but I think 13 minutes was recording video. That's fairly reasonable for this. And the return to home works well. Didn't land exactly on the spot, but you know, close to a meter is fine. It didn't return to home on a low battery warning, but it, you know, you get the warning long in advance of it being too low. So safe enough to bring it back in when you start getting a low battery warning. If we had been beyond 300 meters or above 100 meters, I think it would have possibly have returned to home. So please subscribe, like, comment and share if you like my videos.